Hi, I'm Wan Hernandez. Welcome to another week in the Sports Desk Spotlight. This week, we introduce you to a very special person right here in Torrance. He's a scratch golfer, he's wrestled with Olympic champions, even starred in a credit card commercial once. He's pretty much the South Bay's version of the most interesting man in the world. But of all the books Yuki Matsumoto could fill with his stories, he might be writing his favorite one yet. The one where we all learn it's never too late to pursue your passion.
I just think that when this is happening to me at this age, it really lifts me up. I got probably more out of this, especially when the kid comes up to me and says, "Coach Yuki," and I look at him, I said, my goodness, he's calling me coach.
Yukio Matsumoto doesn't move like an 83-year-old, but he certainly has 83 years worth of great stories, which is why on a given afternoon in the West High freshman wrestling room, you'll find him with the Warriors' next batch of CIF contenders, mastering holds just like he did 60 years ago.
When I see this in the children, spending the time doing something constructive like this versus, doing something that's a waste of time, I'm sure glad that we have this. I feel that wrestling is one of the finest athletic events, but it builds character most of all.
As a freshman at the University of Illinois, Yuki, not quite Coach Yuki yet, wasn't even a fan of wrestling. When he lost an impromptu match to the team's waterboy, he fell in love with the sport, and by 1954 was the Fighting Illini's team captain.
I had to teach a lot of the freshmen coming into our school when I was graduating. But I found that the freshman here is a little bit shy, to say the least. And of course, with the girls, they don't even talk to the girls. I feel more privileged to teach these kids because I learn more about young boys growing up, because they're going to have a lot of influences by senior year. I want them to be good citizens, but most of all, naturally, I'm biased, I want them to be good wrestlers.
As a volunteer, Yuki doesn't get paid to work with West High's underclassmen wrestlers. He says getting paid would take half the fun out of it. So, he comes to practice early and leaves late. No cursing or yelling allowed. Just wrestle. And follow 3 simple rules.
Number 1, you've got to know your holds. And number 2, you've got to work out and get your endurance, conditioning, much more than anybody else. And third, you must have this. When you're ready to give up, you keep going.